He was there for the very sort of inception of the Sidemen.
It can be exhausting because you don't switch off.
Silly that I'm afraid of. Oh,
Women.
What is your earliest memory from when you start creating content?
Oh.
First memory in your mind.
Mine specifically was back in the day, you used to have people's channel pages that you could comment on, and you could look at the awards they had. So like #1 most searched in this category or something like that. So I used to comment on people's channels like sub for sub, because I think back then it was all about just trying to get your profile name somewhere. Yeah. So I used to sort of like hunt down all the most popular channels and just sub for sub.
Just like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
My earliest memory was, so I used to make music on YouTube, and I used to make music for my friend Josh, or our friend Josh, you know Josh. So Josh. Just to put in the background, and that's actually what got me sucked into the creator world. And then eventually I started doing gaming and other stuff, and now I'm here with Ethan in front of all these beautiful people.
I think it worked, huh?
Yeah.
It looks like. Okay. What is the video on YouTube that you loved most that you recorded? Like you say, this one, I love it. And then when you're like, not so sure about that one, but now it's already there. So here we go.
You have a thing. I've got one ready. So earlier this year, last year, sorry, it's been a year already. I went out to Iceland to fulfill one of my bucket list dreams, which was to see the Northern Lights. And I managed to see it on all 3 nights and capture the journey, but it progressively got better. And it was just like, it's the best piece of content I've ever done personally.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the one that you don't like that much, but it's already there anyway.
Oh, that's on the Sidemen channel when we don't talk about it.
I can feel a dare coming, so I'll wait for Ethan. And even if there's a dare, both of you are going to do it.
I feel like mine personally would have to be, it's something that was in collaboration with YouTube, and it was the series around my marathon. That was sort of, I still look at that as like a sort of trophy cabinet of 3 episodes that meant a lot to me. And I think to people that watched it. The one that I probably would get rid of is, I dressed up as a man called Mr. Tumble and played football. And I don't know, it was just on the day, just decided to do it, but yeah, it could have been missed.
Okay, so he was truthful to his, he didn't answer the last one, so I have a dare for you. Let me see if I'm gonna be nice. Well, I'm gonna start nice. Okay, share one of your New Year's resolution.
Oh, that's nice. Go on then.
Nice one.
My New Year's resolution is to be meaner.
Okay.
To be more strict with people. See, I get too much Mr. Nice Guy. So
Toby is lovely, for reference, right? This is probably the most lovely man in the room.
It's true.
He is so kind.
I need to be more stern with people and just put my foot down a little bit. That's my resolution.
Okay, it's a hard one because as Ethan said, you're very lovely.
I don't think you got it in you, man.
You're very lovely, so, but I see where this is coming from. Yeah, okay, cool, fair enough. Okay, good one now. Personality-wise, if you were not you, which Sidemen would you be?
Oh, I'm a hybrid blend between Josh and Harry, I feel like. I feel like I've got a little bit of Josh in me with like the music that we both enjoy, sort of like the cultures we both enjoy, but then I've got a mix of Harry where I like doing just crazy, weird things and
see, I was going to
just a bit reckless in general.
With no explanation. Yeah, like, he's just going to do it because it feels like.
I was going to say I'm a hybrid between Josh and Simon.
Oh, yeah, I can see
Josh
that.
is kind of the glue that holds us together, as you can see. Simon is quick-witted. I think I'm quick-witted, but Simon is so fast, so quick. And then obviously we have the football connection as well. And then Josh, like Ethan said, with the music. And me and Josh grew up together. I've known him for like 19 years now, something ridiculous.
Yeah, I love this. I love the mix of, personalities. It makes sense. Okay, like the Beatles, do the Sidemen have a secret member that we don't know about?
Not necessarily a secret member. we have a hidden 8th member.
He's not even hidden anymore.
He's not even a hidden 8th member. JME, who's a music artist out in the UK, he was there for the very sort of inception of the Sidemen.
Yeah.
He was in the very first sessions, the gaming sessions that we recorded.
I think he was there before Harry.
Yeah, he was there before
really?
Harry.
I didn't know that.
He's almost like the honorary 8th member that we call him.
It's true. Makes sense. What is your favorite Sidemen format today? The ones you guys do, like, I know Sidemen Sunday is very important for you and you guys really think about the strategic behind everything you do. What is your favorite from the formats you guys do? The challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's a bit tougher.
This is hard because there's been so many different ones over the years. But for me, it's always the travel ones. Like, for example, I've camped on a glacier that's mental in itself. You wake up and see nothing around you. A lot of Iceland things we've done have been amazing. And then, like the cheap versus expensive or the hot versus cold. We've got loads of different sort of variable.
The beauty of the travel ones, like Ethan said, is you do stuff that you would never, ever dream of doing. You get out of your comfort zone. And you get some like one in a lifetime experiences. So I'd have to agree with him on that.
I love the travel challenge as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how much do you know or remember about Sidemen content. Okay. I know all the answers on this one. The first video ever on the Sidemen channel is a welcome message, right? Like it's 1 minute, welcome, we're the Sidemen. What is the second video posted there?
I think...
Is that the face painting one?
I think it's either the face painting video. This is how much it's blown up over the years, by the way. We literally sat in the kitchen and painted each other's faces. So it's either face painting... Or we made the channel for the charity match, right?
Yeah.
So it's either the charity match live stream or face paint. But it could be face paint.
I want to go face paint.
Face paint.
Oh,
it's a live stream.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was like, yes. I thought like there's a dare coming. No. Yeah, okay. Since we talk about the church match, how many views do you think the first one, like the first Sidemen church match, has today? Or at least...
today?
Well, I checked last night, so hopefully there's not much difference from last night to now.
I know concurrents, it got like 250, which back then was
a lot.
Was crazy amounts on a live stream. 250,000 live. But I don't know now.
What's the range? What's our room for error?
Yeah, do we get like within the closest 500k or something like that?
I was going to say within the closest 5 million, but I'm going to go like
18.
I was going to go 16 million.
Okay.
16 or 18?
Oh, you pick.
16. We'll go
16
modest.
million.
It doesn't matter. It's 27 million.
Oh my God.
How much?
27 million already.
The
it's
first
almost the same.
No, we know nothing.
Okay, so I think this one is a good there. Let me find one.
It's your turn. You're there.
Yeah, I'll do it there.
Text the first person on your contact list. Happy birthday. It's a very light version of hit and send.
It is, yes. Yeah.
Very light. It's just happy birthday.
I don't even know who the first person in my contacts is going to be.
It's going to be like accountant, you know.
This is so, like, it's one of our managers, Aaron. I'm just going to text Aaron saying, happy birthday. Okay, sure, let's do it.
Very light.
He's going to be so polite. Thanks, man. But
he's going to be so lost. There we go. Happy birthday.
Easy
Done.
one. Come on. See?
Nice.
Very easy hit and send one. Okay. You start doing gaming videos. Most of you guys doing FIFA, still do a lot of gaming videos, but it changed over the time, right? What is the most popular gaming video from more Sidemen channel?
Ooh, legacy-wise is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, views, okay? Like think about views. Like many views you have today on more Sidemen. The most popular gaming video.
The specific video.
It has to be Among Us.
Specific video.
I was going to say Among Us.
It has to be Among Us. I don't think there's anything higher than Among Us. The Sidemen Among Us is like a massive like thing right now. People like rave about it. They're like, oh, I sit down and watch dinner and I watch it while I was like eating my dinner. I'm going to go Among Us.
I'll say Among Us as well.
You're right. It's the Sidemen shapeshifter Among Us. So I will accept it because it's Among Us. It's fine. And then what is your most popular video of all time, all Sidemen channels? The most popular, more views ever.
It's still the European holiday.
European holiday, but we've got videos that are like...
catching up.
Gonna catch up. Yeah. But the European holiday, that was like...
That's over 100 M's now, right?
Yeah, that was like a movie.
Yeah. You guys know too much about your content. That's not fair. Like,
I suppose it's a good thing, right? We just before the talk was about like learning your analytics and stuff like that.
You really got to know your own content.
It's supposed to be doing.
It's good. So what is the thing that nobody tells you when you become a creator?
Ooh.
Everyone sees this part, right?
Yeah. I think being used to, especially if you keep growing, getting used to people knowing who you are just on a day-to-day basis. I think that's one of the bigger challenges, I think, is being able to sort of like balance the disconnect as well. I was
going to say, you don't realize how much of a blur your life is. You have to kind of be really strict with yourself and make a separation from work life and personal life. Because for us, it's just all a blur.
Yeah.
And to some people, like, it seems like the dream, like you're living the dream, like work is fun, but it can be exhausting because you don't switch off. mentally. So yeah, that's what mine tells you.
I agree. Okay, that one, remember, I'm YouTube, okay? So let's do the right thing here. Video or photo?
Video.
Oh, video, video.
No hesitation.
Yeah. I feel like Josh is the only one that would maybe say photo. Josh likes photos.
Nah, Josh loves long form content. He tells us every day.
Yeah. He loves it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in that one, short form or long form, and why?
Ooh.
Or both could be as
long
well.
Form
or
for the money.
Long form.
Here we go.
Form's better on YouTube. Listen, long form content. Realistically, it's long form because I think you get to tell a better story.
Yeah.
You get to portray like a load of different roller coasters of emotions in one video, which is what we sort of do.
I think it's especially valuable now because so much of social has just gravitated towards short form. Everything's so quick and instant and people aren't really taking in what's going on. It's like, oh, on to the next thing. Long form, you kind of get to live in the moment a little bit more, in my opinion.
This is not here, but I wanted to hear from you. Like, when you're creating long form for so long, right? Like 10 years, do you feel there's a different skill that you need to learn to create short form, or it's almost like just
I would
to switch from long form to short form?
Or like to learn to create short form as well.
There is. You need to, like I said, you need to grab people's attention because they're ready to move on to the next thing. So everything kind of needs to be punchy and sharp and snappy.
Yeah, I would say that's the one thing that's sort of we've always adapted over the years. Which is one of our major like keys to still being here and doing stuff like this. But learning short form recently, even for me, is crazy because the audiences now just want to consume something new every 20 seconds. So trying to get people invested in you as a person, personality-wise, character-wise, video-wise, trying to attach themselves to one video, it's a hard task now because people just want something new all the time.
I think it's easier to transition from long form to short form than it is to go the other way around because if you're doing short form, you have like a short amount of time for people, like Ethan said, to really connect with you. Whereas long form, we come in here and I'm sure there's people in here that feel like they know us because they've watched us so much over the years. So
you have like more time to kind of like grow and then like actually show your personality, show a little bit more of like the story, the narrative.
And I feel like people that do primarily short form know how to pack all the emotions of a video into like 30 seconds. So all they've got to really do is just unpack it and give it more depth. Whereas we go from having so much content to like, how do you put it all into 30 seconds a minute? Yeah.
Tell us a silly, like something silly that you're afraid of. I'll start. I'm terrified of ducks and chickens. I'm afraid of ducks and chickens. So anything silly that you're afraid of?
Silly that I'm afraid of? Oh,
women.
Not that silly then.
Darling. Being overweight again.
Come on.
How about that? Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want a serious
silly
answer?
Thing.
No. Something that is like nobody think you. It doesn't have to be serious.
I don't feel like I'm afraid of it. This is where you need Harry because Harry's scared of stuff like jewelry and buttons.
Yeah,
really?
He's got a real phobia of buttons,
like genuine phobias.
Oh wow, poor him.
To the point where we poured buttons on him in a challenge, which actually isn't that nice. But
my worst nightmare would be stuck in a room with, you know, when you scrape a fork on a plate.
Oh my God,
yes. Torture. That makes me go like.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm afraid of. If you put me in a room with people doing that.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I don't want to do it. Okay, cool. Another one. Tell us the weirdest moment in your career, like something that was very like, this is weird that happened. Could be bad, could be good,
could be bad, could be good. I think one of the weirdest things for us now, we was just speaking about it over there, is like we're big sports fans, especially the Premier League, and come on. So we're big football fans, but you end up finding out that like some of the biggest players today all watch Sidemen videos.
Oh, wow.
Like Tobi recently bumped into a couple of teams that are out here in Dubai, and they were like, "Yeah, we love watching your videos. We watch it every week."
They're asking to be in videos with us.
Yeah,
and you're like, "What?"
I'm like, "What? This should be the other way round."
That's like, I remember bumping into Declan Rice, who was at West Ham. Obviously, amazing player. I was like, he's the best player at my club. End up meeting him. He's like, "I've been watching you since I was like young," and then end up going for dinner with like you end up just with these people that you think. This is other people's idols, like sports star idols. So that's sort of like a weird concept to grasp.
That's a very nice one, right?
Yeah,
like,
it is nice.
But I understand, like what? Like you watch me? But
exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The same.
I'm literally the same.
Okay. Cool. The best idea you ever had for a video but the worst execution. Like the idea in your head was like, this is going to be amazing.
Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Winter Olympics.
Without a doubt.
So a quick rundown. Basically, as the Sidemen, all 7 of us will have a rota where we take control of a video that we post every week. Vicstar had the unfortunate task of organising Winter Olympics. So we rocked up to this ice rink with an inflatable and just went, okay, so what should we do? We're like, no. It could have been great, but
it was not great. But a lot of lessons were learned from that.
Exactly.
I'd like to think that hasn't happened too much again.
No.
I think like more and more now you guys are more prepared when you go to like having the whatever you're going to record. You kind of like have like a think through of the things you're going to need, or at least the main things you're going to need are there. And then everything else is kind of like your personal style. But
but sometimes you can be well prepared and just things don't go to plan. Like Josh had a farming video and we turned up and it was just not what we expected.
Essentially watched the farmer do all the farming.
Okay.
So then we got involved with like 1 or 2 bits here and there. But I feel like that's when the Sidemen sort of like friendship took over. And it was like, we just focused more on the fun between us whilst in that environment. And I think that's like one of the major things.
Love it. Okay. A little bit of more advices for people in the room. The terrible advice you could give to someone, a creator that is starting now. Like the worst.
Worst advice would be, someone touched on it in the speech just before, I think is overdoing it and burning yourself out, because the one thing you don't want to do is sort of lose love with creating content.
Exactly.
And I feel like I personally experienced it, but with the Sidemen stuff, I love doing the Sidemen stuff, but I feel like back then we was posting like 3 videos a day, every day, 2 gaming ones and a main channel one. So I feel like if you sort of mentally burn yourself out, it's hard to get back into your sort of swing of things. So I think that's probably one of the major things.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things you need to do as a content creator, particularly on YouTube, is stay true to yourself. Like the you in YouTube is so important. And what people fail to realize a lot of the time is the audience can really see when you're disconnecting from your content. So it's very important to try and stay along that path and not get too sidetracked by money or like other objectives. Like focus on.
It's very easy to think, for example, Mr. Beast does incredible at this sort of, hey, here's this $10,000 plane ticket, or just doing these crazy things. But sometimes you might be better off showing the real side of your friendship or something like that. There's loads of different things.
There's an audience outside for everyone.
You can't copy everyone's thing. You can take inspiration from it and make it yours. That's probably the main thing is draw from things, but put your own spin on it.
It's not a formula, right? Like you go there and then you're going to say like the 3 words you need to say at the beginning, and then you have to do, even if it's not truth to yourself, it doesn't matter that much, right?
Yeah, even with like Sidemen stuff, someone might like the way you do a Sidemen idea better than we do it.
Yeah.
And you don't know unless you try it. But as long as you're sticking to you, there's someone that's going to connect with you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Okay. And then the best advice you could give to a creator who's going through a tough time, like, or it's blocked creatively, or like during this, it's burnout, or you can see it, they need some advice.
Yeah, I think it is genuinely taking a step back. Sometimes I used to put so much pressure on myself for missing a week or missing a day. And in the grand scheme of things, in the long run, maybe taking 2 or 3 days off a week is actually beneficial, because it allows you to sort of get back in touch with yourself. Maybe you've got like family, you're spending time with friends outside of thinking, content. Because if you let that just rule your mind, you're going to end up feeling sort of like the world's on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the major things for me, is like actually detaching from it for a little while and then feeling like the creativity, like, I want to make this video idea, let's do it. Yeah. So you sort of come back into it with a fresh mindset.
Yeah, like even so, and I think particularly when you're under pressure to make content, it can be like overwhelming. So it's sometimes good to kind of strip it back to basics and just do something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like when things are a lot, if you just go back to doing something that you enjoy and makes you happy, you're at peace. It's a lot easier to kind of get stuff done and have fun. And people want to see you having fun more than anything.
It comes back to how you show yourself, and then we're being passionate about what you do, and then the audience can see as well. Like
it's also very easy to assume that all of your subscribers want something every day. Like you just blanket them and think, oh God, I'm letting them down every day. When that's not necessarily the case. The people want to see the best version of you.
Yeah.
So if you're not putting that out, they'd rather you take a couple of days off or whatever and come back to it with a better mindset.
I think that's the thing about the Sidemen audience that I'm most like passionate about is when I see the comments, they really care about you, right? When you guys say, I need some time off or I need this or this is not working, they are the first ones to say, you know, take your time and then like, we really love you. And then like, we wait for you to come back. So I think that's one of the nicest things I see every time in the comments.
Yeah, we're lucky to have a super supportive audience over the years, like hardcores, really loyal.
Yeah, I feel like that comes from, yes, we posted gaming videos, but people were more sort of interested in our personalities. So I feel like they sort of feel like they know us from the get-go.
And because it's a natural thing, like you guys are friends. You're not like coming together just because like it's good to have a group of creators. Yeah. No, you started as friends and you're still friends today. Mm-hmm. And everything you share there, it's almost like you having this friendship with 100 million subscribers. That's why people go and hug you guys and to take pictures. They feel that they know you, you know? Okay, we're almost at the end. So I'll start one more there just to be fun. And then I'll finish with two kind of a little bit more about yourself and career. Okay, this there. Okay, two there's, right? I have time. Can you explain to us where the creator name you use today comes from?
Oh, okay. So
for you guys don't know, I think you know, TBJZL and Behzinga, right? So
yeah, my name's Behzinga, which comes from Big Bang Theory. I used to be a big fan of watching that TV show. And there's one episode where Sheldon's in the ball pit and I was playing Xbox whilst watching Big Bang Theory and he kept coming out and I wanted to change my gamer tag back then. And he kept saying Behzinga in the ball pit. So I just spelt it differently. He says it Bazinga. Yeah. So I just put the. And then that was it. It stuck.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mine's a bit more boring than that. Mine came from, so my old Twitter handle used to be like Tobi J, because my middle name begins with J. And I joked about changing it on Twitter. I used to tweet everything. I got 150,000 tweets. Yeah. So I used to tweet everything. I joked about changing my name. I was like, oh, I'll change it to something silly like TBJZL. And then a girl I used to know was like, oh, you should change it to TBJZL as a joke. And I was like, that would be funny.
10 years later.
Not funny. And now here I am stuck with that name.
10 years
and everyone's like, why are you called that? Like, do you know what that means? And I was like, yes.
Like, I remember that decision from 10 years ago and more than 10, right? So yeah.
I'm stuck with it now.
The thing, I just did that, but just with my email. So like nobody knows. It's a very old email. So I'm easy. Like,
okay, tell us the email.
Okay. The last one. The last dare, and then the pictures. Sorry, not the pictures. I just blow up my dare. A silly selfie. Can you post a silly selfie? Shorts?
Oh, absolutely.
Silly selfie.
Yeah? I mean, come on.
Of course.
Let's do it.
If anyone's in the background of mine, put a silly face too.
Come on, guys.
Oh, I love that. Well done. Great stuff.
Which side wants to be in the background? Do this side.
Aaron, for reference, Aaron has not replied to the happy birthday.
He's like, what's happening? Why?
He doesn't know what's going on. Yeah.
Love it. Amazing. So last two questions. If you had the chance, would you have done something different in your career?
Absolutely not. No, because it's led to this, which is, again, we're lucky every day to be in this position. So absolutely not.
What he said.
Amazing. And last one, because I see we're out of time. What your version of 2000 today would tell you your version from 10 years ago? If you go back in time and talk to your version of 2014, what you would say?
Oh, that's a deep one. I would say...
I would say try not to care too much.
Good one.
Enjoy it.
I get bothered by other people's opinions too much. But when I'm fully in tune with myself, I feel my happiest. So
Love that. It's a good one for everyone.